Leon Franz Czolgosz decided that he too could be a hero, just like the Italian anarchist Gaetano Bresci, the assassin of Italy's King Umberto I. Leon Czolgosz decided that he too could stand up and sacrifice himself for the cause. He hatched a plot that would come to fruition in Buffalo, New York at the Pan American Exposition on September 6, 1901, in a fateful meeting between Czolgosz and the President of the United States, William McKinley. On August 31, 1901, Leon rented a room near the exposition in Buffalo. On September 3rd, he entered Buffalo's Walbridge hardware store at 316 Main Street and asked to see an Iver Johnson .32 caliber revolver. This was the exact same make and model that Bresci had used to shoot King Umberto.
This is the assassination weapon that was used by Leon Czolgosz to shoot President McKinley. It's a .32 caliber Iver Johnson revolver. It was an inexpensive mass-produced weapon at the time. We don't really know what the initials are on both sides of the weapon that have been scratched in. One hypothesis is that the police officers who took the gun into custody may have realized that they were part of a historic event and wanted in some way to commemorate their involvement and scratch their initials into the revolver, but we really don't know. President McKinley had come to Buffalo on the 5th of September to give a speech, a major foreign policy speech, which he indeed did do. He spent the night at the home of John Milburn, who was the president of the board of the Pan American Exposition Corporation. He and his wife and their touring party went to Niagara Falls for the day to see the source of the energy that was highlighted, the electrical power that was highlighted at the Pan Am. He was scheduled to host a small reception to greet the public at the Temple of Music later that afternoon. He arrived back on the grounds just before 4 o'clock and took his place in the Temple of Music. They say that there were 60,000 people on the grounds that day, and in the line was Leon Czolgosz, who was at the time unemployed, self-proclaimed anarchist from Michigan, who'd been a wire puller, a working man, before he'd lost his job about 18 months previous. He later claimed that the words of Emma Goldman, the famous anarchist, had set him on fire. And he had conceived of McKinley, who really was one of the most popular presidents up to that time, as an enemy of working people, and for whatever reasons had decided to assassinate the president. By 4 o'clock he was in line to greet the president with the revolver in his hand, and his hand and the revolver covered with a handkerchief to conceal the weapon. As Czolgosz approached the president, who was shaking hands and greeting people as they went through the line, he raised the gun and shot 2 shots, one of which hit the president in the sternum and ricocheted off, and one went through his stomach, pierced it twice, and lodged somewhere in his back. Immediately, Secret Service agents and an African-American waiter named Jim Parker wrestled Czolgosz to the ground. There are various accounts of exactly what happened then, but they seem to agree that all the people concerned were beating Czolgosz seriously, and his face was bloodied, and eventually he was the gun was taken from him, and he was confined and taken off to jail.